do that. At the time,
Though, if you
because,
concerned.
because Ms. Castro, at the time, as Ambassador Kent, no, Deputy Assistant Secretary Kent testified, both channels were interested in having a meeting between President Zelensky and President Trump. So there's no reason to kind of wrest control if we're going in the same direction.
But at some point, you develop concerns. I mean, your opening statement is here. I mean, you're the impeachment witness number one, and you're number two, Mr. Kent. You know, for the case impeaching the President of the United States because of the concerns you've testified about the irregular channel, correct?
I was concerned when the irregular channel appeared to be going against the irregular channel was going against the overall direction of and purpose of the regular channel. So
and as I understand the record, however, when you arrived in Ukraine, you had the support of the Secretary and the Secretary's top advisor, Chancellor Ulrich Breckbuhl, correct?
That is correct.
And they assured you that if you had any concerns, you would be able to contact them and they would have your back.
That is correct.
And you knew going in that the Rudy Giuliani element presented some complexities, correct?
I was concerned about Rudy Giuliani's statements and involvement in the Ukraine policy, yes.
Okay, so when it genuinely became, a concern for you, what did you do to either engage Sondland and Volker and Perry, Giuliani? By the way, have you ever met Rudy Giuliani during these times relevant?
Not during the times relevant. Mr. Giuliani visited Ukraine one time when I was there, I think in 2007 or 8.
Okay.
That's the only time I've met him.
Okay. So you've never had any communications with Rudy Giuliani as part of these irregular channel business?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. And anyway, getting back to my question, did you try to engage Breckbuhl or the Secretary during this time period? I know you said that you had, I believe, an August 21st or 22nd telephone call with Breckbuhl. You had a July 10th telephone call with Breckbuhl, and then you sent a first-person cable to the Secretary on August 29th?
That's correct.
Is that sort of the universe of initiatives you took inside the State Department to raise your concerns about the irregular channel?
I also raised my concerns with Deputy Assistant Secretary George Kent. In particular, early on when I think I may have mentioned this phone call that was odd in that it did not include the normal staff, indeed Ambassador Sondland's staff, and that struck me as unusual. I consulted with Mr. Kent, and at his suggestion made a note of this, and also I think at that point I had a conversation with Mr. Breckbuhl.
That was a June 28th call, I believe?
That's correct.
And in your opening statement, you expressed some concerns about what Ambassador Sondland had said, but then once Zelensky got on the phone, it proceeded in a very regular channel way, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so the June 28th call, at least in and of itself, didn't ultimately, as it played out, present any problems for you?
The call with President Zelensky did not. The preparation for that call, the preparation included maybe 15 minutes of just the Americans that would stay on the call.
Right.
And that, again, that was a little irregular in that it didn't have the staff. It was also in that pre-call, in that 15 minutes, before President Zelensky got on the phone, where Ambassador Volker told the rest of the participants that he was planning to have a conversation with President Zelensky in Toronto in 4 days, where he would outline for President Zelensky the important components of the phone call that we were trying to establish.
Okay, and you didn't have any issue with that, did you?
The only issue I had with that, Mr. Kessler, was there was reference to investigations I believe this is, I'll have to check my notes on that, but there was raised issues for me that I didn't understand what Ambassador Volker had in mind that he was specifically going to raise with Mr. Zelensky. That was a little bit of a concern.
Okay. I mean, the president's expressed his, interest in certain investigations, certainly relating to the 2016 election and relating to this corrupt Burisma outfit. So that wasn't inconsistent with the president's message, right?
I'm not sure, Mr. Castor. Maybe can I ask you to repeat the question?
The president's concerns about the 2016 election and needing to get to the bottom of it, and the president's concerns as it ultimately related to the Burisma company. I mean, if Ambassador Volker is raising that with Zelensky, that's consistent with the direction of the president, correct?
The president's interest, or I would say Mr. Giuliani's interest, because that's what that's what was very clear at the time. Mr. Giuliani's interest in pursuing these investigations was of concern, but
yeah. By the way, do you know how many times Volker met with Giuliani?
I don't.
How many would you guess? Is it was he talking to him all the time or meeting with him all the time?
Mr. Castor, I don't know.
Okay. From his,